for this Patreon review, Anita McPherson asked me to review a 2006 anime that was actually part of Adult Swim back in 2010. Even I never knew this. Not only that, but with this being an action-oriented shonen anime from the mid-2000s, you should know what that means. What a crime! Yeah, the most well-known voice actor of that time period is, of course, the star of this show, Vic Mignogna. So with all of this, and 52 episodes ahead of me, let's go to Crunchyroll and... Oh, I guess it's not on Crunchyroll. Well, how about Hulu? Netflix? Okay, you think for an Adult Swim title, it wouldn't be this hard to find. I guess I'll check to see how much the DVDs are. Oh, come on! Not only is this series out of print, but each remaining DVD would make me spend over $100 just to get all of the episodes? Well, folks, this is a Patreon request, so I've got no choice. Disclaimer, please do what you can to support the anime community. Unless the series becomes nearly impossible to find outside of bootlegging, in which case, yar har fiddly dee, folks. You are a pirate! Kekkaishi started off as a manga series written and illustrated by Yellow Tanabe. Hello, Yellow! A grand total of 35 volumes were made with 345 chapters, so this pretty popular series became an anime in 2006 by Sunrise Studios, the same studio that brought you Cowboy Bebop, Code Geass, and... I want to change the world! Oh, well, that's not gonna overshadow this anime, which also involves demons. No, not at all. So we have a shonen title made in the mid-2000s involving action and demons. How many cliches can we squeeze in? Let's find out. We start off with a legend about a lord who possessed a strange power that drew in the attention of demons, simply called Ayakashis. A demon exterminator known as Tokimori Hazama was called over to protect this lord and his castle until his death, to which his power stayed behind and inhabited his land known as Karasumori. Around this time, Hazama decided to train some new exterminators, naming the chosen soldiers Kekkaishis, as they would go forth and continue to protect this land from many demons for generation to generation. Despite having numerous students to take his place and protect the land, there now only remains two families, both devoted to protecting Karasumori, the Sumimuras and the Yukimuras. And you guessed it, they don't get along. Yeah, you should try to work together for the benefit of humanity while protecting this land from demons, but let's be rivals. Okay, great! Our main protagonist is the 22nd Kekkaishi of the Sumimura family, Yoshimori. And like a whole ton of shonen-centric characters, he's a hot-headed rebel who wants to be himself and do whatever he wants to do. However, since he's the chosen one in his family, dear old grandpa, who was Kekkaishi number 21 in his family, makes him train constantly, but not just to be strong enough to face up against Ayakashis, but to stick it up to the old hag living next door, aka Kekkaishi number 21 of the Yukimuras. Priorities! Speaking of which, the Kekkaishi number 22 of the Yukimura clan is a young girl named Tokine, who is a few years older than Yukimura, so that would mean she has more experience and is a bit stronger, but does dear old grandpa care? No. You gotta be stronger, young man, even though you're still a third grader. Grandpa of the year, folks. Of course, Yoshimori wants nothing to do with any of this until a sudden accident during battle injures Tokine severely, nearly killing her. Since Yoshimori looks up to Tokine like a big sister, he felt incredibly guilty about the incident, so he vows to become stronger, but not because they're solely responsible for the lives of others and must defeat seriously dangerous demons, but because he doesn't want his maybe sorta one-day girlfriend to get hurt ever again. Serious priorities! And he also wants to make cake castles for her because of something she said about seeing one in real life many years ago. Our hero, ladies and gentlemen. Sumi was here and he deserves- wait, what? Sumi was here and he deserves more alcohol and a raise from nothing to something. I think Sumi messed around with my script. Wait, did I ever get him out of his costume? Whoops. Well, with my tone, you can guess how I feel about this show. I'm truly mixed about what I just witnessed, but I'm mostly leaning towards negative thoughts, as I believe this show has a serious tone problem. There's a plot of land that can literally attract demons over and make them stronger the longer they stand on those grounds, and a grand society of fighters willing to give it their all to destroy these things before it gets out of hand, but they heavily rely on a traditional system that carries immense strength and power capable of taking care of the job with ease. But but handled by a bunch of jerks caring more about pride and hit points rather than working together. There's having a typical rival in shonen anime, and then there's this forced-in childish game, and that's where I see the major downfalls of this series. The characters. This whole feud between the Hatfields and the McCoys is just way too distracting. Pro points for you if you know that reference, because congratulations, you paid attention in social studies. There is nothing subtle about how obnoxious and annoying the grandparents really are.
The Sumimura family is nothing but an illegitimate sect. The sole reason it came into existence is because of our founder, Master Hazama Tokimori. The master had no heirs of his own, and that's why.
And in a field where you have to constantly defeat demons to which both you and the Sumimuras are key players in the protection of that land, does smack-talking a 9-year-old boy really help? No, it really doesn't. What are you doing with your life? Not that these kids care about what their grandparents think, but they'll try to make each night like a competition. Who's gonna get the demon tonight? It's Tokine. Mostly Tokine. Because she's like the only Kekkaishi here who actually takes her job seriously. While Grandma and Grandpa bicker away and Yoshimori drinks his coffee milk while baking cakes, she face palms, knows she's surrounded by idiots, and gets the job done. Funny how she's so skilled and professional, but our main focus is on Cake Boy, who really doesn't care about being a Kekkaishi. And boy howdy, let's talk about our hero, ladies and gentlemen. Yoshimori as a baby was taken to Kurosumori to determine his future. While his older brother Masamori was given the same ceremony when he was born, he wasn't given the Hazama marking, which declares the holder to be the next Kekkaishi. But Yoshimori did get the marking to his dismay. No matter what he wants to do in his life, he has to put that all aside because he's the 22nd Kekkaishi and the legitimate heir. And I don't know if I missed anything along the way, to which the comment section will probably point that out later, but do we ever find out why he's the legitimate heir and what that even means? That he's the chosen one of all Kekkaishi for this generation, and everyone's eyes are all on him because of that fact. But Tokine is glanced over why now? And I get what this is all set up for. Everyone is awesome at what they do except Yoshimori. Everyone around him looks down on him because he's supposed to be the legitimate heir and should take his job seriously. Yoshimori has no real freedom and rebels by ways of actually trying to have a decent relationship with Tokine and making cakes because he wants to. He screams to the heavens that he never wanted to be a Kekkaishi, but will put up with it because he doesn't want Tokine to get hurt again. This character is set up to represent the average Joe watching the show who experiences this kind of anxiety constantly. Everyone around you is awesome except you. You suck. I get what his character is supposed to be, but things get messy as the story progresses. I'll be heading into spoiler territory for a 12-year-old series, but if you really care, click on the time frame to avoid spoilers. Also, before we go further into Yoshimori's messy character arc, let's go over how every side character has to have a deep backstory. You are my friend! You sided with the humans! My soul is full of rage, and I hate humans, and I'm dead. I was in love with a human many years ago, and I can never forget about him. That's why whenever I make human skin disguises from my comrades, they all look like him. Oh, I'm dead too. I was born half demon. Everyone but my sister was scared of me and treated me like I was a monster. I never asked for this. I just wanted to be... Oh, I'm dead too? Okay, bye. Yeah, speaking of which, this is Gen, an interesting character with a sad backstory who was only written in this story to do one thing, to give our main hero more motivation after he dies. Yep. Right at this moment where he comes to terms with himself and finds acceptance with his form for the first time, he gets killed by our main antagonist Kaguro. This then prompts our hero to do even more training just to get his revenge. Hey, little bro, I know you just lost your friend in battle and you want vengeance, but you have to do your job first and never leave far away from Kurosumori. This world needs you to do your job and you can't let this villain get in the way of that, okay? You got it, big brother. Hey, is that Kaguro over there? Time for me to go far away from Kurosumori and get my vengeance! You see why he's an idiot, right? I know he's 14 and stupid, but he was willing to leave behind the one job he has just to get vengeance. Yeah, thankfully there were a lot of monster hunters in that area to protect Kurosumori from a giant army ready to take over that particular spot at that very moment, but if they weren't there, by God, he'd be screwed. Remember, kids, the word of the day is priorities! And as we journey to Evil McEvil Land, just have an epic showdown while learning learning about even more side character plot lines.
I was put into this story for sheer exposition and to be a giant dick to you because you took my woman and didn't love her. Yeah, you're right. I'm just a tool controlling everyone and never loved anyone in my life.
Yeah, is any of this plot relevant?
Moving right along, dooga-dum.
We get to the showdown where, of course, Yoshimori isn't strong enough. Here's where I lecture him about being patient instead of stupid, but... what the hell just happened? Well, to put it simply, Yoshimori kinda shows us a good reason why he's the legitimate heir, because he awakened a seriously powerful form called Shinkai, which is pretty much his convenient Deus Ex Machina. Oh wait, before the show ends, what's your backstory, friendo?
I loved killing people, so I became a demon.
Okay, thanks, you're dead too. Oh, you'll never guess how Shinkai was formed. What happened when Tokine got hurt and nearly died? Yoshimori decided to train harder to become stronger. What happened when his friend Gen died in front of his eyes? He decided to train even harder to become stronger. What happens when a guy he barely met not too long ago decides to instinctively jump in the line of fire trying to protect Yoshimori from Kaguro because of his own backstory reasons? Boom! Deus Ex Machina! I'm sorry, but why? He just met the guy and he doesn't even know if he likes him or not, but I guess deep down he watched too many people suffer, so Shinkai, baby! I'm done. The show's a mess and I'm done. Actually, before we wrap this up, I will give Yoshimori 1 pearl point.
The power of Katasamori is the source of so much evil. I'm thinking of sealing the power of Katasamori forever.
You want a what?
Yeah, what he said. He actually wants to find a way to seal away the power that's been luring demons to this land and giving them more power. But the two people who actually know of his plan think he's hopeful for thinking that way, but an idiot. Why? Why shouldn't he find a way to stop all this unnecessary events that could escalate and endanger more lives? Because it's impossible? Well, if the power wasn't there before, then there has to be some way to get rid of it. So why not try? 22 generations have been doing the same thing over and over again, and several heirs of this particular clan have fallen. So if something were to happen to Tokine and Yoshimori, that's it. Game over. I just get this feeling that everyone else has accepted their roles and won't fight it, which only contributes to their pride and huge ego. But at least Yoshimori wants to at least try to stop this whole situation altogether. In the end, Yoshimori is a good character, but he's just in a bad story surrounded by bad characters. Looking at you two, you stupid, stubborn hags. Well, Anita, I'm sorry if this isn't a positive review, but I have to be honest, this isn't for me. Kekkaishi is mediocre at best. It has great animation and awesome action scenes, but with generic leads who easily get on your nerves while side characters get way too much attention right before they die, makes this show a chore to get through. Plus, it's accompanied by an annoying opening song that'll never leave my head. Yeah! As for the dubbing, it's just meh. I feel Bryce Papenbrook could have made a better Yoshimori if given the chance, but this was during the Mignogna era, so he's the star. I love the guy and respect how he defends his audience no matter how many religious fanatics protest at our conventions, but this was one of his many roles I didn't seem to care for. Edward, yes. Ren, yes. Tamaki, yes. Zero, no. Yoshimori, meh. Everyone else sounded okay for their roles. If you want to see this for yourself, well, good luck to you. Not only will you have to put up with the chaotic story full of annoying characters with mixed priorities, but as I said earlier, you can't find this series through any legal formats. DVDs are out of print and there's no legal streaming sites that has this series, unless our Australian internet is lying to me. I wouldn't doubt that. Regardless, I'd say you're better off watching other shows than this. If you want an action-oriented series full of demon slaying with wonderful characters, definitely check out Inuyasha. If you want a watered-down version of that, then I guess Kekkaishi is for you.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Stewie, relax. You're getting all worked up over nothing.
Says the guy who freaks out every time a fire engine goes by.
Oh, I see nothing. I was not here. I did not even get up this morning.
I'm not taking my sneakers off. I am Sneakers O'Toole.
Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
A brawl is surely brewing. And begin.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book. You know you can't be lazy.
My darling sperm dog.
Thanks again for watching this video. If you wish to keep up to date with Anime America events, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Tumblr. If you want to support this channel, be sure to click on the notification bell to keep up with our video uploads, as well as liking this video and sharing it on any social media platform you choose. If you wish to support us financially, we have a Patreon page with numerous rewards to fit your budget, as well as sell posters on Soarin'Vy and t-shirts on Teespring. Don't forget to subscribe to Anime America for more awesome reviews and top 10 lists. We also have a sister channel called Pop Spectrum, where we review anything in pop culture. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned to Anime America.